So my name is Francois. I've been volunteering for about a year now, and I come here pretty much every weekend. Right now I'm working on the compost, making sure we have compost for the crops coming in spring and summer.
Hey, my name is To and I'm from NerdWallet, and we're just watering some of the plants we just planted today.
We're from Old Navy. It's our first time here at Alemany Farms. We're really inspired by what they're doing here, what they're teaching the community, just the fact that it's all food that they grow purely for donation. It's just a really amazing experience, and for me the biggest takeaway was just the educational aspect, like learning about how to farm and how to do it naturally.
Hi, I'm Tree from the Free Farm Stand, and I'm also a volunteer at Alemany Farm. And on Fridays we harvest produce for Sunday, where we give it out for free in the park to low-income neighbors.
Tasty.
Hi, I'm John. I'm one of the regular volunteers at the farm. At the end of each workday, a portion of that food gets given away to the volunteers who have helped that day. So we'll do a communal harvest and divide it up according to what people want and need and can use. About half of what we produce goes off-site to a free food program in the Mission District called the Free Farm Stand. And about a third of what we grow is self-harvested by neighbors who are free to come into the site at any time and take what they need.
My name is Abby Bell. I'm the farm manager here at Alemany Farm. I'm really excited about how this farm helps feed people in San Francisco for free.
I'm Stephanie Muffson. I am the owner and director of the Parade Guys, the premier float builder in San Francisco, and also one of the only parade float companies in California. I design quite a few of the parade floats, and then I often work alongside the companies that are sponsoring each float so that it ends up becoming kind of a collaboration. I will talk to them and suss out what it is that they have in mind. A lot of times they don't really know exactly what they're looking for, but they know what they're trying to say or sort of an impression they're trying to give. And then I'll help them hone in on the design. Sometimes they do come to me with their own designs, and then we build from their mock-ups that they've provided to us. There's a number of challenges that go into the work that we do. I would say that the greatest challenge is just continuously coming up with exciting new ways to do what we do. You know, the deadlines can be very challenging, and just making sure that every client is happy. You know, there's a lot of stress and a lot of pressure, but we do really love what we do, and it's always very exciting. Well, I have 2 full-time employees and then about 5 to 10 contractors that I work with on a very regular basis. And then as the parade build grows, we bring in new talent all the time. So we're working with anywhere from 3 or 4 up to 30 artists at a time to make the things that you'll see on the parade route. We do a parade almost every month, so we do about 10 parades a year, and we build almost 100 floats per year, give or take. In addition to being a parade float company, we also do a lot of prop rentals and prop fabrication. Sometimes it's decor for casinos, sometimes it's a giant prop to bring an event theme to life. So basically, we're a full fabrication shop that focuses primarily on live events and heavily on the parade float side. We do some parades down in Southern California. We've done a few in Bakersfield and LA. We've even traveled to Las Vegas to do a float before, and we look forward to expanding our business further in the future.
Every year, domestic violence affects women and children regardless of ethnicity, socioeconomic status, or age. Don't live in fear. Domestic violence victims who access community-based services regain power and control over their lives and break the cycle of abuse. La Casa de las Madres helps heal women and children through counseling, advocacy, and assistance. There is hope. Build and reclaim safety, connection, and stability. La Casa de las Madres, a refuge, an advocate, a strong voice against domestic violence. If somebody you know is experiencing any of these types of abuse, or if you need support yourself, La Casa can help.
It was around 11:30 a.m. when I showed up to the mission station on Valencia Street. The crowd got bigger as people from all backgrounds and from all over the Bay Area came to support the Frisco 5 during their hunger strike. They were demanding that Mayor Ed Lee fire Chief Sir and for the responsible officers to be charged for the deaths of Alex Nieto, shot at 59 times and struck by 14 bullets on March 21st, 2014 in Bernal Heights Park. All 4 officers were cleared of all charges. Mario Woods, shot 20 times by 5 police officers in the Bayview District on December 2nd, 2015. All officers were placed on paid administrative leave. Amilcar Perez Lopez, shot 6 times by 2 police officers in the Mission District on February 26, 2015. All charges against the 2 officers were dropped. Luis Góngora, shot 7 times by 2 police officers in the Mission District on April 7, 2016. No charges were filed. I too was angry about these cases and was looking forward to marching alongside these 5 warriors. And there they were. Edwin Lindo, Maria Cristina Gutierrez, Celeste Blackwell, Ilya Chiquipto Sato, and Ike Pinkston. It was day 12 of the hunger strike. They were each accompanied by doctors and sat in wheelchairs. Although their bodies were weak, their determination, along with the support of the hundreds of people who showed up for them, that gave them the energy and strength to continue the march for justice. According to the San Francisco Chronicle, in 2015, San Francisco police shot and killed a total of 6 people, the highest count in more than 15 years. Between 2000 and 2015, there were 95 reported police-related shootings, 40 of them fatal. Many of the victims were Black or Latino. Prior to the march, the mayor and the chief have been under pressure, not only because of the killings, but because there have been allegations and evidence, such as text messages between officers, that prove that racism does exist within the police department here in San Francisco, and yet no one is being held accountable. Maria Cristina, Edwin, Celeste, Equipto, and Ike were sick and tired of this. They made the vow to risk their own lives and continue the hunger strike in front of the Mission Police Station until Chief Sir is fired or resigns.
It's been too hard living, but I'm afraid to die.
Since we're standing still.
I don't know what's up there beyond the sky. It's been a long time coming, but I know change gon' come. Oh, yes it will. I go to the movies and I go downtown. Somebody keep telling me don't hang around. It's been a long time coming, but we know.
And so we marched from 17th Street in Valencia all the way to the steps of City Hall in hopes that the mayor himself would take the time to listen to the Frisco Five and to the rest of us San Francisco citizens.
My brother, and I say, brother, help me please. But he winds up knocking me back down on my knees. There have been times when I thought I wasn't gonna lie.
The 5 warriors made their way into City Hall, while the rest of us patiently waited outside for hours for the mayor to show. Unfortunately, he did not. But still, no one, especially the Frisco Five, left defeated.
We will leave the City Hall steps chanting that we will win. We will win.
We will win! 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 We will win!
And then, this happened.
On Thursday, a San Francisco police officer fatally shot an unarmed 27-year-old black woman in the city's Bayview neighborhood. Police found the victim behind the wheel of a stolen...
To the cadet. But following this morning's officer-involved shooting and my meeting with Chief Sir this afternoon, today I have arrived at a different conclusion to the question of how best to move forward. And for me, this has never been about personalities or politics. It's been about performance. because in my 3 decades of public service, I've learned how important it is to measure progress along the way. Greg serves a dedicated public servant who's given more than 3 decades of his life to the Bayview and to this city. And the progress that we've made has been meaningful, but it hasn't been fast enough, not for me and not for Greg. And that's why I have asked Chief Sir for his resignation. And in the best interest of the city that he loves so much, he tendered his resignation early today. Despite the political rhetoric of the past few weeks, I have nothing but profound admiration for Greg. He is a true public servant, and he'll always have.
The major task that we have is to keep the history of World War II alive. Unless we know history, we're destined to make the same mistakes that other people have made.
We teach them what it was like to live and work aboard this ship. This ship is 73 years old, so it's a great history tool. My name's Bob Friedman. I've been a docent on the Hornet for 13 years now, and I really absolutely love it.
My name is Jim Balovich, and I'm responsible for the day-to-day activities on the USS Hornet as they pertain to security, and also I'm in charge of all the events that we're involved in.
I love it because you get to interact with people from all over the world that come and visit the ship. It's one of the most decorated ships in United States Navy history.
I was a police officer, inspector in San Francisco for 35 years. So obviously I have a proclivity to do security. It was kind of like a continuation of what I did.
Heard the Hornet was in the Bay Area, so I came to visit it with my daughter. I'm a big Apollo fan, and of course the Hornet recovered Apollo 11 and Apollo 12 when they came back from the moon. They had an Apollo capsule that needed restoring, so I wanted to help with that. They had a little sign there that said, "Need volunteers," and my daughter out loud pointed out that they needed volunteers, and so security stopped me and got me to go to the new volunteer orientation.
I came here needing to be around people after I had retired. So this was a perfect opportunity for me to come here, be around people, intermingle. You meet people from all over the world, and it's a tremendous place to be. The people are great, and it really does get you out and get you involved again. As you were in your job, this is kind of like a job, but it's not. This is a place where you want to come to.
The guys kind of took me under their wing that were Navy veterans and taught me all the different parts of the ship to be able to learn it and be able to pass that information on to the guests. And you really develop some friendships with people on board who have similar interests to what you had.
This place it's a magnet, I'm telling you. Once you get down here, most of the people, you'll be here for 1 day a week, then pretty soon it's 2 days a week. In my case, it went to 7 days a week.
You're free to walk around the flight deck up here. You're free to walk around our hangar deck, which has aircraft down there. And you're free to walk the second deck. And all these have been beautifully restored back to when she was a live ship. In fact, you'd almost think she was a live ship the way it's looking.
This ship was involved in every major battle in the Pacific. it sustained minor damage. And no Zeros ever got it, no kamikazes ever got it, no bombs, no torpedoes. We are 70, going on 74 years old. Every year we have the Navy come in and do an inspection. And they keep telling us that even ships that are actually active, that are out in the ocean, sailing around, take on water. We don't.
If you can get on a docent tour, it's really great because a lot of times they'll show you more than just like the engine room or just like the bridge. And I always tell people, if you can get a hold of a docent, stay with him because you'll learn a lot more than just reading things around the ship or listening to things. So you really hear the stories of what it was like to live and work on board. We're encouraging more and more schools to come aboard and learn about not only the Hornet's history, but American history and how the Hornet was part of World War II and Vietnam and the space, how she picked up Apollo 11 and Apollo 12. We desperately need volunteers. Don't even have to be a military veteran. I wasn't. Just interested in history, interested in teaching people and interacting with them. A lot of the volunteers we had when I started 13 years ago were getting up in age, and now a lot of them are having to retire, just can't make some of the climbs anymore that's required.
We're always looking for qualified people. If you think you would like to come down and be a member of security, hang out with a bunch of really great guys, and have a real purpose in your life, and girls. Well, guys and girls are the same. Come down, because I think it'll be not only fulfilling, but you're gonna have a lot of fun.
Now I want to stay on the Hornet as long as I can. I used to just come here Saturdays. Now I'm at the ship probably 14, 16 days a month, and I love it. I really just love it, and hopefully I can stay healthy enough to continue on for a long time. I just love doing this. It's a lot of fun.
Hey, we're back, I guess. I don't know how long it's been since they've seen it.
Could be years. I might not even be with the company anymore.
Right. This is Newsday Night Freebie, where we thank you for subscribing to our newsletter and teach you a game. Today's game, Bear Swipe. Have you played Bear Swipe? Do you even know what I'm talking about?
I've swiped at a bear, but never in a structured, gamified environment.
I've never swiped at a bear. All right, so
you've swiped at a bear.
I had that. Don't. Yes.
Ask Alan about wrestling a bear the next time you see him at a trade show.
You've played slap hands before?
Sure.
Slap hands for noobs.
Slap hands.
This is the one where you go like this, and you go like that, and then if I miss, you trade. So you're not even really trying.
Because Gilly's in the way.
Good. So that's slap hands. Bear swipe is the structured, real way to do it. And I think with Bear Swipe, you actually learn some valuable life skills, like ninja training skills. But there's a couple of forbidden things that you shouldn't do.
Are we allowed to touch each other's nose?
No.
Okay.
Forbidden!
Number one.
Forbidden. First rule is whoever is swiping, whoever the bear is, has to stand with their hands at their hips. So you have to be touching here, right? And your hands aren't allowed to leave your hips until you are swiping. Like once you're actually swiping, then they can leave. So in the meantime, you want to be the bear first, or do you want to be...
I get swiped first.
All right, so go ahead and hold your hands like you're praying, like so. Now the other rule is this: if you want to do the advanced gameplay, you don't want to be constantly moving it like this. And then I have to, let's get you back a little bit, and I'll be over here. So this is measuring up. We don't move at all until I'm swiping. That's the most advanced version. That's how you do it. and then you try to move. Ready?
Yeah.
Oh, shnikey!
Do these have to move together?
No, you can move them any way you want, but that's the best. Now you, hands on the hip. You did fake me out though.
No faking?
Well, that's in the most advanced rule.
Okay.
The medium rule is I can juke a little bit and you can juke a little bit.
My hands are on my side, but...
Right, your hands, so you can juke with your shoulders and whatnot. And I can do this. Well, that counts, right? Ooh. Oh, Gilly has to get
Oh no! What am I doing?
Alright, and then like, the ridiculous way to play is where you can just do whatever you want. Like, so let's go moderate. We'll try moderate again. So I can do this and you can try to fake me out, but... Whoo! So now I go, we're doing moderate, so I can totally fake you. Yeah! When my hands are leaving my side.
Ooh.
That's good. I got a little bit.
Stone cold.
So measure up. The only time we can move is when you're going for it. No faking whatsoever. I'm not satisfied. Oh, I'm not supposed to do that. Oh, good. Nice. Keep going. I like being the victim. I helped you. Move my hands into it.
This one's tougher for me.
It's fine. Hey, that's bear swipe. Let's man, I'm sweating like
Go
crazy.
swipe a bear. Oh man, you are terrible at bear swipe.
Yeah.
You said you wrestled a bear?
You said I wrestled
Was
a bear.
it Yogi Bear?
So
no, in all likelihood, I lost.
Yeah, but that's bear swipe. So it's really cool. It teaches you how to be quick on the draw and read people. And remember, there's the beginner, ridiculous level, but then there's the advanced level where you're not really allowed to fake. You just stone cold stare at each other. And there's all the levels in between. Thanks for following us or subscribing. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're Tuesday Night Games on Twitter at PlayTKG. We're on Facebook.
SoundCloud.
Alright, we're everywhere. Yeah, or listen to our podcast if we haven't. I'm Alan Girding, and you are...
Sean McCoy.
Are we forgetting anything? This again. Okay.